Go team. Good show. Don't tell me how to live my life. Punk is not dead. I think I'm ready. This moment that we've captured is fantastic. It's just the way it is meant to be. Absolutely perfect.
It's really incredible that we can take groups of people from all walks of life and make this beautiful production. You don't feel excluded. You always feel you're involved. So yeah, it's a very happy, accepting feeling group.
I'm busy. Come on, here. Audition forms.
Simon, wait, I thought you were auditioning.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For me, the auditions have been pretty painless. I'm very good at not getting nervous about things because whatever happens, happens. And the only thing I can do is do my best. And if I'm stressed out, I can't be my best. Very first audition was, I was a little nervous because, well, it was new to me. But I felt pretty good when I auditioned and I got the role, so.
I would be so nervous, but I would still do my best. And it's different though with acting and singing. For acting and singing, for singing especially, there's so many times I've auditioned and I forgot every single word to my song, every single one, and I would just have to stand there like an idiot and hum everything and try sell it as best I can. And it's the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done, auditioning for things.
Come here, child. Is it true that Mr. Collins made you an offer of marriage?
It is.
And this offer of marriage you have refused?
I have, sir.
But yeah, I try to have as much fun as humanly possible. If it's a role that I actually care about, then I'll take it very, very seriously and like study through the part. But like with Pride and Prejudice, I didn't know any of the characters. I didn't even read the script before I auditioned. Oh, well, Mr. Bennett. Okay.
How I should like it to be married before any of you. And then I should chaperone you about to all, well, Kitty and I have been to all.
I do wish you had gone along with this, Mary, for we had such fun. We talked and laughed so loud that anybody might have heard us 10 miles off.
Far be it from me, my dear sister, to appreciate such pleasures. I confess they would have no charms for me. I should infinitely prefer one.
Look here, I got this bonnet. I do not think it is very pretty, but I thought I might as well.
Well, I guess before I was an assistant director, I would get really, really nervous about auditions because I kind of wanted a part and I would audition for it, but I knew I wouldn't get it because there's people that are better than I am. Actually, ironically, my sister would always get the part I wanted. But, so I don't know. And then my junior year, this year, I just kind of decided, I'll audition. If I get in, that's great. If not, I'm already a part of the show through assistant directing anyway. So I didn't really get nervous anymore. I just went up there and did my thing. And not that I didn't care, but if I got in, it was fine. If I didn't, it was fine. And I'm sorry. And I ended up getting in anyway. And actually, for this last audition, I wasn't even planning on auditioning because they had a smaller cast, so I didn't think I didn't want to audition because I didn't want to take a part away from anyone else, and I thought I'll just assistant direct. And then Emily, her and I had this thing where we pinch each other, and she pinched me during auditions, and I freaked out and started crying, except I wasn't actually. I was fake crying, and just to trick her. And she turns to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm so sorry." And I look at her and just start smiling, and there's like no tears or anything. And I guess that was my audition.
Yes!
You are very punctual to your time, I see. Very glad indeed. Delighted to have the pleasure of receiving you here at Longbourn. The Bennetts of Longbourn, eh?
It's a pretty big commitment. I think, it depends, I guess, on how involved you are. Like, you have someone like Nana, who's the assistant director, and then, usually wouldn't get larger roles, but for this particular show, she did. And I know that was a big thing because, assistant directing and having a lot of lines to learn is a big challenge.
And the two youngest, of course, Kitty and Lydia.
Are we to be the youngest? Have we no qualities? We are the best dancers with the prettiest hats. And we sing most charmingly. Well, I do. Oh, my dear Mr. Bennett.
I think we work very hard. Like, one example is we had a guy named Joe Hughes, and God, that guy, he just cared. I mean, he was in one of our plays. He was in Three Musketeers, and he never really acted before, and I don't think he will again afterwards, I guess. It was just kind of a one-time thing, but he enters the play, and he's a guard, but he takes it seriously. He's sitting off stage, good 3-4 minutes before his scene starts. He's just sitting there waiting. Then his time comes up, and then he heads out there. He does exactly what he needs to do in exactly the same way. He already thought this through in his head. And then he gets killed, and he falls the exact same way. I'm off stage with him at this time, and I can see just his head fall, and it is so uniform every single time. And he's planned this out, and he just does. And every time he gets dragged off stage and all that, and he just does a consistently fantastic job. And we've got a lot of people like that. A lot of people that'll sit off in the wings and the backstage area behind the curtain and wait for their time. And God, people really care about this. I don't know, we definitely take this seriously.
Dress rehearsals, the 21st through the 23rd. We open on the 24th. We are running 2 weekends. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the first weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee, the second weekend.
There's usually a crunch where we're working especially hard, but throughout the course, I was definitely impressed in Pride and Prejudice with the amount of effort that people put into their accents, into their huge chunks of lines and stuff like that. So I'd say we work very hard, and especially on this show.
What do you want to wash while doing the washing up? 1, 2, 3.
Middle. 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Gliding and sensing forward.
4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6.
Back to the middle. 7, 8, 9, 10.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, now we're going to learn Yiddish. Say these words with me. I went to the shoe store. I bought roses. You have to do the bump thing, like this. Just incredibly stupid. Effective, but really stupid. I did not like it. She gave us tapes for Pride and Prejudice. I don't think I listened to that.
3.
1,
2, 3.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
You don't actually have to flare those
We come in on weekends to work on the set. We come in over breaks if we're not off on a vacation or something. We come in on weekends. We stay until 10 p.m. on school nights. I think this is a very dedicated cast.
I got involved with the theater department my first year here. It was kind of something I wasn't expecting. The guy who ran lights for the theater was graduating, and so Miss Parr said, "We need someone else to run lights. Do we have any volunteers?" And I raised my hand like, "That sounds cool. Yeah, sure, I'll do it." And then they both, Miss Parr and the kid who was graduating, both looked at me and said, "Do you know what you're getting into?" and I didn't at the time. I do now. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I still enjoy it. It was a lot more of a commitment than I thought it would be.
Stand where Mary would do a monologue. All right, waddle to your right. It's good. Waddle to your left. It's good. Okay.
So we program them for a cue for a certain part of the scene, and when we go to that part of the scene, we just hit the go button, which makes things a lot easier during the play. This cue list tells us where we need to bring up the lights and when, and then this will say bring up lights area A, then we find area A on here, or we see what lights are focused for area A, and then we bring up all the different lights that are focused on that area.
An important thing about lighting is knowing the space that you're going to light, so all the surfaces and angles and colors, and usually we're putting the last coat of paint on the stage the day before opening performance. So it's because my work depends on the work of other people, and that their work gets done late, my work also gets done late, and it's kind of rushed. We'll start by drawing a diagram of the stage space. So we'll draw a relatively to scale diagram, and we'll say, okay, where do we need people being lit from? So we're going to need to have front light. We're going to need to have side light from both sides of their face, so that one side of their face isn't completely in shadow. And we're also going to have special light for some scenes. We have LEDs here that we use for special scenes. Maybe you saw the Odyssey. There was the Lotus Eater scene. So this is one of our lights. So we have several different kinds of lights here. We have really small ones, they're called Source 4 Juniors, and we have regular Source 4s, and this is a Source 4 Zoom. It's the biggest light that we have. What you see here are the sliders, or faders, I call them. You can see what it's doing on the other side right there. If I can control where the light goes without moving the light, which is nice if you have a little bit of light spilling onto an area you don't want it on. Also, something important to know about light when you're lighting is that it kind of reverses. So it's like the optical effect when light comes into your eye, it flips it and then your brain has to reverse that image. So with this, if I'm pushing in the bottom slider, I'm getting rid of light at the top of the light pool. What the focusing handle does is it moves a second lens back and forth. It's called bicameral because it has two lenses. And the filament is actually a very small, long, narrow bulb in the back of the light, and that's why that part of the light gets super hot. That's kind of stupid of me. We did this gel specifically because we didn't want actors who were on stage to look like their faces were deathly white, like they were going to die. This gives them a little more human color. So one problem with stage lights is that they take away a lot of human color from the actors' faces, and to counter that, we'll use diffusions, and the actors will use tons and tons of makeup. That's why they use like lots of eyeliner, even the guys, so that they look human instead of like ghosts.
Well, it wasn't as hard this time because it was kind of like they didn't have very drastic things like we had for like the Odyssey or Still Life with Iris with like crazy makeup art, but this was a lot more subtle, and it was kind of like neoclassical eras, usually curled hair, up in a bun, like hair out of your face sort of thing, and so a lot of bobby pins and a lot of curling. It's kind of what it took. And with the makeup, I kind of just look at what eye color they have, what hair color they have, and kind of have them match like a certain like neutral color and some blush. It's not too difficult.
It's behind on the left side. On the left, wait.
That's rejection.
I know you can't feel because this is audio and visual, but this feels disgusting. And you know this gross feeling? All over my face. Feels gross. My catchphrase in life is looking good or hardly looking.
She's kind of like the cast, you know? She's very friendly and welcoming towards everyone. Because, you know, we're always recruiting new people every year. And especially this year with all our boys leaving. So next year, you know, we're going to be recruiting more boys and recruiting new actors because we always have to have fresh new talent. And fresh new talent is always good. I feel like sometimes it almost gets a little too casual. I know we do a lot of goofing around.
The one that I had in the
Yes, I think we're using different words, but yes. We're talking about the same thing. Yeah.
But particularly when we get down to Hell Week, as it's called, then she kind of puts the hammer down, you know. She gets mad at us pretty easily when it comes to Hell Week because we're all stressed out trying to make this show perfect. And it's always worked out before.
Yeah, Emily's really nice. She's a bit, she can be a bit stressed, but she really tries to push us, and that's what I like about her. She's very efficient. She means well. She's very nice. Like I said before, she pushes us, and sometimes she hurts people's feelings, but everybody knows she doesn't mean to do that. She's just stressed, and she's just doing it for the best of it, for the good of the group, and I think that's really good. She's more interested in us and like our success with the play than like her own self-gain, which other directors are more interested in their career and whatnot. And I think that's terrible. I think she's a really good director, and she's very focused on task.
It would be the wrong way of looking at it to say it's the talent of the kids. I think we got a hell of a good director.
I love her.
She takes things seriously. She's usually not very passive. Emily, I do think, is a very good director, and it's been a lot of fun working with her. And we put on some really good quality shows.
I'm a very collaborative director. I believe that it takes a village to make a play. And while I'm the one who has to be I have to make the final decisions on everything, I don't ever profess to be the end-all be-all of creative ideas. And so I really thrive off of the input of all the students. And they know that I will listen to their ideas and consider them and, you know, in many cases explain why that probably won't work. But in a lot of cases, I do take their suggestions and we have better plays because of it. And then they feel like, you know, I'm not just some, you know, boss telling them what to do, that we're really a team. And so that builds the camaraderie, the, you know, team spirit, if you will, that it really bonds us together, because it's, to quote the Three Musketeers, and all for one and one for all, because we really are in it together and we're trying to get to the same goal, which I think is why we've been so successful, is because it is all of us that are really committed, not just, me.
Burning. Feels like burning. I think I'm on fire. It hurts.
Exhausting.
What she said.
I feel great. I look great. You look happy?
Yeah, it feels good.
Oh, God, I'm incredibly nervous for tonight, but I'm super excited, as always.
Exhausting.
Great. Wonderful.
It feels gravy. Feels gravy.
Yay!
See, he's a star.
Pretty good.
He gave a star away.
I do not want to be mentally conscious right now.
Fine, I guess. I don't know.
This one says I'm an old fart.
It's because he smells funny.
Still not a star.
It's a good thing.
I'm just kidding. It feels awesome.
It's pretty good.
Pizza.
Just like being a normal person. Except I have a star on my neck.
There you go.
All right.
Great!
Yay! I don't know.
It feels great.
It's Starful. Is that on? Yeah. Excellent.
This moment that we captured is fantastic. It's just the way it is meant to be. Absolutely perfect. It's really incredible that we can take groups of people from all walks of life and make this beautiful production.
You don't feel excluded. You always feel you're involved. So, yeah, it's a very happy, accepting feeling group.
Underneath the wires is where I wait for you. The thought of rolling tires is all that gets me through. I would take you higher, there's nothing I can do. Underneath the wires, I wait for you. Love is in the autumn, a frigid wind rolls in. So slide off your overcoat, hold me skin to skin. But your eyes tell me something's wrong, your heart is wearing thin. The minute hand is jealous of what we could have been. Underneath the wires is where I wait for you. The thought of rolling tires is all that gets me through. And I would take you higher, there's nothing I can do. Underneath the wires, I wait for you.